Hey, everybody. It is Tim Gillette back here with another episode of the Tim Gillette Show. I love it because, on this show, I get to interview some of the most interesting people on the planet. They're entrepreneurs. They're content creators. They're like superstars, all right? Like today's guest, I must say, is a superstar. My friend, Katrina Sawa. Now, I know Katrina way back. I want to say like 8 years we've known each other, maybe longer. I don't know how long we've known each other, because it feels like she's always been my sister. All right. We've known each other and we're both connected through several different groups of people around the nation. And as well as, all right, we've both spoken at each other's events and done stuff with each other, as well as I think we've both been on each other's podcasts and stuff like that. But it's a new episode, our new series of the Tim Gillette Show. And I wanted to bring back Katrina and share with you exactly what she does. All right. And maybe here's some new stuff she's up to, because this girl has got it going on. She's been doing this for well over 20 years, I believe. I know she started when she was like 6. You know what I mean? She's so young. But anyway, she's a rock star at what she does. All right. She's very knowledgeable. And I'm pretty sure she's going to share with you some awesome wisdom today. So let's bring her on here. Hello, Katrina Sawa.
Hey, Tim. So fun to be here. I watch your shows and I am like, oh, and I need to come on again. That's the only way we can talk. I think is getting on a Facebook Live or something.
But I did get you narrowed down to speak at one of my virtual events this month.
Yes, in a couple weeks. I'm excited. I just held my own live event. You guys have to come to like this virtual event that he's hosting. It's a ton of speakers, but it's going to be like jam-packed full of great implementable stuff. I know it.
I found these events to be very interesting. And I know you've been doing events, Katrina, for a long time. I mean, you've been doing them longer than I have. But do you find like at an event, when you get down and you get those speakers in there, do you research them and go, oh, I can't wait to hear him speak. I can't wait to hear them speak. Are you that way too?
Sometimes, yeah. Usually I find my speakers listening to other speaker events or going to other events. And I'm like, ooh, I want them on my event. That's when I usually think of who I want for my events. And I have been doing them since 2008. So 2008 was my first event.
Yeah.
But I haven't been in business for 20 years, Tim. It's been 18 years this summer. 18 years.
Okay, so she started when she was 5 years old.
I wish. I swear to God, I still feel like I'm 30 something, even though I'm not.
But you have, Katrina, you have an energy about you that, it's one of the things I think has attracted me to you. You've got an energy about you, in that it makes you look like, you are in your 30s or 20s, and because you've got that energy that still makes people want to be around you.
It's the energy, but it's also the hair. I've got the 80s hair, and I'm not cutting it like you did. You cut your hair off, you little traitor, you little rocker dude traitor.
That was one of the greatest publicity stunts I've ever done in doing this.
I didn't see how you cut your hair. All of a sudden, I just saw you one day doing a video. I'm like, does he have a ponytail in? Where's his hair?
No. So my live event, because we had to do. I've been planning it since January. All right. And my event in May, I was going to do my live event where I walked out on stage with short hair.
Oh my God.
And because we couldn't do it live, I had to do it online. And basically I had one of my coaching clients open up the event. They were on there for about 5 to 10 minutes. And then all of a sudden he said, well, let me bring Tim Gillette on. And I come on the camera and I go, and like the comments, because like this platform is got Facebook comments. The comment, 10 minutes. Hair's gone. Where's your hair? Your hair, your hair, your hair. Everything was your hair for like 10 minutes. And I'm like, that's how you pull off a publicity stunt.
I know. It's crazy. That's funny. Wow.
So, we're stuck in COVID right now. We're still stuck at home. Have you been, are you and your husband able to go out at all or no?
Yeah, we're in Northern California, and we're luckily in a county that is more open than others in California. And so we can go to restaurants and shop. And I never thought I'd be talking about this, because one of the things that's driving me, I know there's so many people that are susceptible to getting sick, and I get that. But I'd never thought in my lifetime I would be forced to or not able to do something that I wanted to do. I'm so enjoying, we've been enjoying our freedoms, so to speak. You know, like we can't hold our live events because there's too many people or whatnot. I'm like, how do you? Yeah, it's just different. I didn't think it would go on this long. I really didn't. I thought, well, it'll pass. Give it a couple months. But you know, it's going on and on and on, and so I don't know what's going to happen.
Yeah, for me now in Texas, they've put a mask law. I can't wear a mask. So like I take a like when I go to Starbucks to get my coffee in the morning, I take a bandana with me and I wait till they say my drink's ready. I cover my mouth, walk in, pick it up, and walk out because I'm scared to pass out. Two is that I don't want to pass out in public. But like somebody comes up to me, I have the bandana there because I can't tie it up. I don't know what it is, but that scares me. But I just stay at home. I haven't been to the grocery store in 4 months. I've gotten out to put gas in my truck from driving from here to Starbucks, which you've been to my house and been to Starbucks. It's not a mile. All right. My truck has driven my house to Starbucks, and that's it for like 4 months. Yeah.
My car's had a full tank for like 3 months. I never go anywhere. Now, Jason, my husband, goes places. He actually does all the grocery shopping pretty much, and and even my post office runs. He's so amazing. But yeah, we went out this weekend and went to a shopping like for clothes and stuff, because you can actually go shopping for clothes. And yeah, I couldn't be in there very long. It was a good thing because I didn't stay longer and spend more money because I couldn't stand wearing the mask the whole time. But you know,
well, me, it's and I very rarely have shared this, but for me, it goes back to, I mean, when I used to paint cars, I had to give it up because I couldn't wear the respirators.
Yeah.
And then they come out with this, so it's like I'm scared, but I'm even more scared to go out without it because I'm like, you know, that's the ruling, and it's not me. Like I think I'm fine, but I don't want to freak someone out going, oh, guy, you know, he's the rebel type. Oh my God, he's going to spread it around. I don't want to do that because I don't want to be looked at that way. Like I'm trying not to harm you, but anyway.
Right.
So what all have you done since you've been cooped up like us?
Well, let's see. I postponed an event, or 2 events actually, live events. I made one a virtual 2-day instead of a live 3-day. I created 4, and there's going to be a 5th online course. So I had, at the beginning of January, if you would have told me that I would have 5 online course trainings done by mid-summer, I'm like, you'd be crazy, because I was too busy. My calendar was full of speaking stuff. So, but now, you know, I recognize what people need. People needed these trainings, and I just did little ones, because I don't think people want this huge, long training right now. No. I think they want bite-sized learning. They want, you know, I just want to get I always say this when I hire a coach or consultant or something. It's like, I just want to hire them for an hour or 2 hours and get what I need out of their brain about what they do and how they can help me, and then move on to the next thing. Yeah. Right. And so I think that's what people really want.
And you know, it's funny that you say that, because I was actually on the phone. I'm in Frank Kern's, you know what I mean, his inner circle, and I was on the phone with my representative from this morning, asking how to get the trainings I need. Yeah. And she said, "Oh, well, let me show you where it is." I mean, and she pulls it out, and she says, "Yeah, that's the one thing Frank doesn't do, is put it in bite-sized trainings." Yeah. And I'm like, I need it right now because I don't have an hour and a half to sit and watch.
Right. We don't want look, I mean, there's people that need the starter business owners or whatever, people in the first few years of your business. You should have an all-inclusive training. Okay. Yeah. Don't get me wrong. But when you've been in business for quite some time, you just kind of want to learn, like, okay, how do I do, you know, StreamYard if it's new technology, or how do I do this, or how do I do that, or yeah.
But I do want to say, though, in this, and tell me if this is you too, is in this, all right, I've learned StreamYard. I didn't know StreamYard before COVID. I'm learning quite a bit about Kartra. First, I thought I didn't need Kartra, but I've got this thing like, okay, I'll spend 5 to 10 minutes a day learning that. I have put up 25 new funnels. It's like, I'm learning things, and I don't know. Have you learned some new things too? Going, well, let me just see what this is like.
Yeah. I'm not a big adopter of new technology. Frankly, I know I am a big fan of technology because you have to have it to run your business, but I don't like new technology. I don't like to get into new things and move my stuff because I have 200 pages on my website. I've been there, done that, moved it here, moved it there, and spent tens of thousands of dollars. And frankly, I'm not going to do that again because what I have works and the systems that I have work just fine. And people get, you and I have had this talk. It's like, you don't need the next bright, shiny technology. You can get it, but that's taking you off the focus of marketing and sales. If you need to make money, not a smart move. But yes, we need multiple funnels. We need more freebies right now. Yeah. So I've been coaching people to get more free gifts out there and different pages on your website. And you need that, whether it's on your website or Kartra or whatever, it doesn't matter. The point is you have more free offerings, more calls, like open Q&As and stuff like that, because you have to get people to try you out, to feel your energy, like you said, to hear what you have to say, to learn a few things in order to take a next step.
Yeah. Yes, you and I did have the conversation, and I know you and I both checked out ClickFunnels.
And you said you weren't going to do it, and then you did it.
No, we both did ClickFunnels, and I tried it out, but I didn't go full force into it like you did.
No, I know.
I learned because you went into it first, and I dipped my toes in to try to check it out, and then you and I had the conversation. I'm like, okay, I'm not letting go of what I have. I'm going to keep on to that now. Thank you for teaching me that. Without the expense that you had to learn.
I saved you 10 grand.
Yeah, you probably did save 10 grand. So, but like Kartra, I haven't moved everything over, but I'm learning it.
Yeah.
Because I realized through this that there are new technologies, and some of the people coming out who are now coming into our masterminds might want to learn it a little bit different. And I better have a basic working knowledge of it. So I'm like, let me learn the basic working knowledge of it. And that's not, when you do it in bite-sized pieces, you can do it.
Yeah.
And I know you have a lot of intense trainings too, but how many people are gobbling up the intense versus the get starters right now?
I'd say about half and half. Right. Yeah. I've got about half and half. The new startups that need more the big picture vision and designing what they're selling and their programs and how they're pricing and getting more confidence to price and the initial steps in the marketing and sales process. And I've got about half people who want the next step in Facebook, the next step on YouTube, the next step in becoming an author, the next step to selling from the stage or doing live events and retreats and that kind of thing. So it's about half and half, which I like because it keeps my brain going in different directions, which is fun.
Mm-hmm. Well, it does, but you know what I mean? I like that you've got a balance, in this, and you know what I mean? For me, I've found a lot of interesting ways, in learning, you know what I mean? Learning to listen to my clients a little bit more. And, and it's caused me to grow in an area I didn't think I was going to grow in. And that was more of the online events. How is your audience reacting to the online events right now? You said you had it filled up, but are they wanting more of that and less of the in-person from you, or what do you think?
Well, I haven't done a survey to find that particular answer, which would be a good thing to do. But no, I've seen more activity from my email list, let's say, the email list that doesn't do a whole lot in the last couple of years, has done more because of the online things I've been offering. And so, and maybe it's the price point. They're usually around $200 or $300. So it's an easy yes, it's an easy offer for a bite-sized learning, I think is real. And I'm going to continue doing that right now. So I have another one planned for August, which is about doing virtual and live events and how to do them in a way that engages and monetizes, because a lot of people are not being effective.
Yeah. I just got done earlier today recording the last session. I'm doing a same thing, a program on virtual events with a guy from New Jersey. Him and I partnered up and did it. But that is the new thing everybody wants to learn from us. And you know what I mean? You jumped on that. But you brought up something that I want to, that you're great at, and I want to specialize in, let my audience know this, and that is, we have a way of saying this, easy ass offers, but what do you call them?
Easy yes, Y-E yes. Y-E-S. Y-E-S. Easy yes, not easy ask. They can be easy ask because they're like, they can be easy to deliver, but they're easy. Like people just say, oh, well, that's just stupid, silly, cheap. Here's my credit card, right? Or you just throw in everything in the kitchen sink. And I've been doing a lot of this too on free giveaways. So I'm in a lot of online giveaways where I'm giving away a program or a product. And most people are giving away some kind of checklist or maybe a free audio or maybe a small program. And I usually give away like 3 or 4 different things in a package. And I'm getting a ton of opt-ins and people signing up for other things from that. It's amazing what that works.
Yeah. And it's funny how many people will bite the more you add. And it's almost like but wait, there's more. I hate it, but almost like now it's getting people to buy from you. You notice that?
Yes. Well, it's funny. You know what I'm noticing? Because I'm on a lot of online summits where there's multiple speakers or online giveaways where there's multiple gifts giving away, right? I'm on a ton, seriously, like usually 6 a year at least. And the people that are on there all the time, the repeaters, they're giving the same thing free. They're talking about the same thing. They don't change their website. They're probably doing it on purpose. Well, I've already got this web page built, so I'm just going to do it for the same thing for the next thing. I create a special web page for every single one of these to make people feel more welcome, to relate better to the group and the topic. I put a video on these pages. This is the key, you guys. This is the key. It's to create specialty experiences through your websites for every little thing you do. People are getting lazy and they're using the same pages for all these different things. So it's not really special to the people that are coming for this reason versus that reason. Mistake. Huge mistake.
And now, I mean, then you've got quite a diversity of topics you can speak on. And now these virtual events, I had a gentleman, like I allow people who are in my community to apply to come and speak. And I have a gentleman who's in my community who it keeps giving a topic that is way over here when we're way over here. And I keep going, hey, can you change your topic? No, that's what I speak about. Going, maybe not my
not going to get booked.
Probably isn't for you.
Oh my God, that's crazy.
But yeah, I mean, you've got a speakers group as well. You probably have the same thing. People going, well, but I want to speak on this. Great. We need to find a fit.
Yeah, you're just not going to speak for me then. If you don't you got to pay attention, people. This is the thing. You got to pay attention. The times where you just rinse and repeat the same old stuff is gone. You have to, it doesn't mean you have to change your talk though. This is, hear me out. Like you can have the same talk, different title. Different description, right? And just deliver the same thing, maybe alter it slightly depending on the group or the focus or something, but so you don't have to change exactly what you're doing. You just have to conform to and pay attention to the format that's being presented and fit in. Otherwise somebody else will.
Yeah. That's it. Exactly it. All right. And I think so many are missing that in the world because now they're trying to jump on because they have nothing. They don't have the content. They don't have the stuff out there. And they wanted to be speakers 4 months ago and realized, oh crap, I got nowhere to travel and speak. I know, I'll be an online speaker. Whereas you've been doing it since 2008. So you learn to adapt.
Yeah.
They're like, what do I do?
Yeah, definitely. Wow. Yeah.
So yeah, and the big thing I see in this, all right, and it comes back to the biggest thing and something we should always be doing, and I'm sure you'll tell us on how some of the ways you do it, but we should always be building a list, always, like email list, following on Facebook, following on Twitter, following on LinkedIn. I mean, I can't repeat that enough. I heard email's dead. Doesn't matter. I get emails, I get home address, I get cell phone numbers. I want everything. How about you? What are you doing in that?
Yeah, you always be marketing is like one of the main things I say all the time. Always be marketing. That doesn't mean you have to be salesy and annoying and one of those people, but you always have to be on the lookout for opportunities where you can plug something or post something or share something or seed something. You always have to be marketing. Yes, I'm doing a giveaway right now where I'm giving away copies of my books. These 2 different books because I want mailing addresses. You have to start direct mailing, and not just because I want to send them one time the book, but I've got postcards. I've got note cards. I'm going to send them things in the mail. You have to do stuff in the mail, you guys. And I don't care how many times I say that, people are not listening. And they're like, yeah, Katrina. And then they don't do it.
And then this happens, and they're stuck at home, and they're like, "Oh crap! I wish I had that mailing list that Katrina told me to get."
Everybody is freaking opening their mail because they're sitting home by their mailbox. So even before, when they were traveling more or whatever, they're still opening their mail. You have to go open your mail. So if you're creative in the mail, you've got a golden audience. So you've got to start getting some mailing addresses, some phone call. You got a phone call. People are lazy and they just want to post on social media and they think the universe is just going to send them a gazillion clients and they're going to make millions of dollars. Are you smoking? What are you smoking? There's just not going to, I wish it was that easy. I would be on vacation in Hawaii and stuck there right now and be there for 4 months. And I would just let my business run without me. It does a lot of time run without me, but you have to always be marketing.
Yeah. I quote this movie all the time when I'm talking out at places. And I always say, if you build it, they will come only works in Kevin Costner movies. You have to always be building it and always be marketing it.
Yeah. And people say well, how do you get so much done and you work so hard? I'm like, I don't work that hard. I have a team. I have systems. I watch how much stuff I try to implement on a monthly or quarterly basis so I don't overload myself. Right. And things that are like, I do all these giveaways. I've got systems for that. Okay. I clone pages. I change a few things and then it goes to my team and they do the rest. It's a system. And if you have systems, the more you can do, the more you can look like you're everywhere and you're doing a whole bunch of stuff and you can be more accessible and a bigger influence.
Yeah, but I want to talk about systems for a second. All right. And I'm going to take your criticism because I found out that one of my people made a mistake yesterday and I had to go fix it this morning, but
it happens. There's never perfection. You have to let it go. Yeah.
But I mean, I have a system for this. The whole system, and Katrina, we've known each other since I think 2012, right? I have a system. You went through my system to get on the show. All right.
I was very impressed with your system, by the way. But what I was not impressed with is I private emailed you and you never replied. It's like, thanks for not paying attention to my private emails because you are so systematized.
I've not looked at my email all day today, so that's bad too. But
this was a couple days ago.
I don't know what it was.
I know I'm going into spam or trash.
No, I've got to go figure out. I got to go find out and figure out why. But anyway, I'm sorry.
That's all right. It's okay. I see you doing video every single day, and you're doing all this stuff. It's like, okay, he's busy. I get it.
Well, I mean, and that's it. All right. I couldn't do all of those things if I didn't have the systems down. You couldn't do all those things if you didn't have the systems down, and you would have people who wouldn't have income right now if you didn't have a team.
Right.
Yeah. You put your knowledge and your strengths to the best place you can do with them. And then you let the team use their strengths. They have a job right now, correct?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. And I watch what they're doing and I give them updates and I say, hey, I'm noticing this. Can you please change that? And you do have to pay attention. I have one client who is no longer a client after our last call yesterday, thankfully. But she would not listen. And it's like, look, if you're going to pass this off to an assistant, you have to understand the process. You don't have to do it all, but you have to understand. And she just wants to go, la, 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 just make it happen. And you can't do that when you have a team. You have to have a decent understanding of what needs to happen and be able to communicate that with somebody who's going to do it for you. It's beyond me how people are just thinking they can just hide their head in the sand with some of this stuff that is required to be in business.
So true. And, but again, some stuff's going to get, when things fall through the cracks, that's how you learn how to improve your system. Again, this means your system is never perfect.
No, it's never. I'm not perfect. My systems aren't perfect. I find stuff all the time. Ooh, I forgot to tell you this part. Can you do that? Yeah. Like,
So, but how did you learn how to put all these systems together? How did you learn how to do all this stuff? Tell me what got you started down this road.
I don't know. My brain is both analytical and creative. I have an even mix of all the disc system things. I have any personality test. I'm always almost even all the way across the board. So I don't know, but I learn. I watch. I'm very, very observant. And I'm very observant and I'm very intuitive. So if I'm watching someone do something, I'm noticing the behind the scenes. I'm noticing all the extras going on. And I pay attention to that and I see, that's why this is happening. Or I see that person's taking care of this thing over here. And I see what's going on. A lot of people don't see that. And either they just don't notice because they're not observant, or they're just, I don't know, they don't think like that. I don't know how I think like that. I don't know.
But you've developed it over the years somehow.
Yeah, it must have just been something I've developed, Now you give me an Excel spreadsheet, forget about it. I don't want to deal with Excel spreadsheets. So there's certain things I do not like. I do not like dealing with phones. I'd never want to get a new phone because I don't like learning new phones and I don't like apps. I don't want to work on my phone with apps because I'm going to get carpal tunnel, and I don't want to do that. And I don't want to work on Excel spreadsheets or deal with any of those kinds of deep number formula stuff. So there's some things that
I for the longest time was against the spreadsheets, but now I've found a way to use them. But I don't type it up. I bring the information home, and I have my assistant put it all into a spreadsheet for me, so I can capture and go to where I've got to move it to. But it's broken down into a spreadsheet so that I know how to get it from. It helps me get the information. But if you asked me to put it in that spreadsheet, it'll be weeks before it's done.
I know.
Yeah.
And what's funny is, how I am such a big proponent of having online forms. So a form for sign up for a consult with you, a form on your contact page, a form for an opt-in, a form for this, a form for new clients or whatever. Like put the stuff in forms so that when people fill it out, everything goes into your system, right? But I hate filling out forms. And I always delay, and speaker applications are all in forms, right? So you go to this thing that, apply to be a speaker. I'm like, form. But luckily they usually want the same stuff. So I just pull up my speaker sheet and I'm copy paste. But sometimes, like right now, I've been procrastinating filling out this form for this gal because I want to be in her book. She's gifted me a spot in her book, but I have to answer all the questions. And it's literally like writing a freaking book. And I'm like, I can't do this. I got to figure out a better way, like talk it out or something. But just, anyways.
Yeah. For me, it's which you and I learned. For me, I can't stand writing the chapter for someone's book.
Oh, you're bad. You are bad.
I hate doing it. I'm in that book and it looked,
But I had to write the rest of it. That's what's so funny.
but yeah, at the time you were doing that book, I really should not, because I turned down somebody else because of the fact of the timing of what was going on in my life.
Yeah,
I was building a new house.
Yeah,
I was planning a new event. All right, I was renovating a rental property. Moving my mother. It's like I had so much going on, and at the time it's like, Tim, can you put your stuff's due? And I'm like, what?
So you gave me the meat and I added the fluff.
Yeah.
That's what happened with that chapter. But
that was it. I was like, okay. I've done only one since then. I've turned down 8 other people who wanted me to do their books. I just they always come at the wrong time. I'm a number one best-selling author 7 times. Whatever. I need to write my own books right now.
You do need to write your own books, but maybe you could talk through it and transcribe it. That's what I did with the business book. This was my system. So you take a system that you've already created and written, transcribe it, and then I just had to fine tune, edit, add the beginning chapter, add the end, and it's a book. So
yeah. Now let me ask you this, because I know you're, again, systems. All right, transcribing a book. I know Zig Ziglar always had his books transcribed. I know he never wrote them. He just spoke them into, back then it was a cassette recorder.
Right.
But transcribing the book, all right, are you using, I know there's some tools on, like, if you're a Mac person, on Pages, and if you're a Microsoft person, on Word, that there's an actual dictation section. Are you using that, or are you writing yours into an MP3 and sending off to your assistant?
This is one of those things that's an app that I don't get into, right? So I need to find the system. However, I didn't know about Pages. What I have found, though, is on a Google Doc, you can actually audio record yourself into a Google Doc. So I can do it from my phone in the bathroom, where I get all my ideas in the morning, and when I'm getting ready, I can just talk into my Google Doc and it transcribes, as long as I talk relatively slow. And then I can come to my computer and it's in my Google Doc, so I can have it in all in one place. So I've tried that. Now it's not perfectly transcribed, but I realize that I'm going to have to get it edited anyways. But if you transcribe it, then you send it to your editor. Or what I did with this book is I sent it to my VA first, because it had a bunch of workbook type stuff in it, in the stuff that she transcribed. And so it had transcription and workbook, and she had to clean out a whole bunch of stuff. And then I went in and I wrote around that. But you could just take it and then send it straight to the editor without looking at it. And then by the time you get it back from an editor and or a proofreader, you might actually have the book. Like, you might actually be done. So however the easiest for someone to get something done. I mean, I've got 10 books, 2 more this year. Maybe 3. I don't know if this other one's going to go this year or next year, but and now I do the compilation every year. It's fun. It's fun. You just got to make it fun. And you also got to make sure that you're marketing it enough so that you can monetize it.
Yeah.
You can't just let it sit here, right? Like, I only have 4 of these out of the 10 books here. I have copies for. The rest I don't. They're just a one and done. It's like it. And then I don't get additional copies. So if you
I have 1 copy of my original book here left. That's all I have left. I don't have additional copies anymore. I don't have them anymore.
And you should order. You should order it.
No, actually, because I'm not using. I don't use that book because it's a different topic. Remember when I way back when I started, it's a total different subject. But I kept them around for the longest time because I was part of the package. I would just give them away until I ran out. And then people would come up to me when I'm speaking. Well, I just want to get your book. I would take my book and I would only give them to the people who bought my package that I was offering. So I would take the $20 book and turn it into a $400 sale.
Yeah. And you can do that. See, I just give mine away because I have people that will read it and then hire me for $20,000. So it's fine to give it away.
Content books, though.
Huh?
I do use other people's books, though.
Yeah, Tyler.
Yeah, I have all the rest of them. You know that, right?
You bought a lot of them. I have one of myself.
No, I bought not all, a lot. I bought them all. He has none left.
Oh my God.
Because they're about blogging.
Yeah, gotcha. Too funny.
Anyway,
he needs to write a new one anyways.
Yeah, I'm writing. Yeah, he's writing a new one, but I'm writing a new one as well anyway. But anyway, it's a great bonus to give my clients, is why I have it. But Katrina, over the years, we've progressed. We've done things differently. We've found things that work, things that don't work. All right. We keep moving forward. There are people who are probably going to listen to this. Some people are probably listening to this, 3 months from now after we're done recording it. And they're going to go, well, I should have started during COVID, but I didn't. What should I do now? What's your advice to them?
Start now. Start whenever you can start. You can't wait, and you can't beat yourself up. You can't feel guilty or beat yourself up for what you didn't do or what you did do or what you should have done or would have done or whatever. you're on your own journey, right? And it's going to be at your pace. Now you can pick up the pace if you choose to, but some people find that hard to do. Money follows speed, you guys. Money follows speed. And all I know is that really successful people that I know making 6 or 7 or 8 figures are swift decision makers. They don't sit around thinking about doing something. If they're going to do it, they do it, or they delegate it. They don't mess around with just whatever. And they take risks. They invest and they take risks. And if it doesn't work out, it doesn't work out. But they don't beat themselves up. They move on to the next thing. It's like next, right? And if you don't develop a certain level of that kind of attitude, it's going to be hard in this shark-filled water, like of online marketing. It really is. It's going to be hard.
Because we've had it easy. Really, truthfully, you and I have had it easy compared to what it is now. But you and I, all right, I'm telling my clients, I'm sure you're telling yours too, keep creating content, keep doing something right now, because believe it or not, that's what's going to shine coming out of it.
100%.
But, these people who are coming in now, they're going to have a tough uphill battle for a little bit here to get started with nothing.
Yeah. Well, I think it's the same because I've said forever, networking and follow up. I mean, if you just go to more networking events and you follow up like crazy and you have conversations and you're confident about what you're selling, you will make money in your business, doing what you love. Now, for the longest time, I meant networking in person. Now it's like we just have to network more online. So you have to go to more calls. And actually, I can get to more networking calls now because I don't have to travel to them or fly on a plane or even drive across town to get to anything. And I can literally click on the time it starts and click on when it stops, and I can go on to the rest of my day. So I can hit like 6 to 8 networking events a week right now. A week.
Wow.
And I do because always be marketing, because I can. What else am I going to do? I'm not going to sit around the house and twiddle my thumbs. I'm going to work because I freaking love it. I love it. I love what I do, and it doesn't feel like work. I could take half the week off if I wanted to. I really could, because I have money coming in, but I don't want to. I would be bored out of my mind. I can't go anywhere. So why not work and inspire people and help people and make a lot more money? I've saved so much money in the last few months. Oh my God, like tens of thousands of dollars are in the bank now because I have not traveled. I have not spent money on flights and hotels and food and my live events, and my team has done less. So I mean, it's a very nice time to be in business. You just need to know what to do and what not to do and where to invest the money, where not to invest the money, because you can waste a lot of money still. Not knowing what you don't know.
Don't buy tools you don't need yet. Yeah.
Yeah.
Systems first, tools later.
Yeah.
Well, I'm curious because, Katrina, I've been, I think the last 2 weekends was the only 2 weekends I've taken off from not speaking at an event every Saturday since March.
Oh.
How many have you spoken at? I mean, it's just because I'm sure you've gotten a ton of them too over the past 3 months.
Yeah, but I'm not doing them on Saturdays. I take off most every weekend, and literally we have nothing. I'm trying to text my friends, hey, can you come over for a barbecue? No, COVID. I'm like, okay, seriously, if we lived close, we would have to hang out, because there's just people that are comfortable and there's people that are not comfortable. The point is that, no, I mean, some Saturdays I might have some stuff to do, or if there's nothing to do, I can't just sit around and watch TV or out in the yard all day because the pools aren't open. We can't take Riley to the pool. We can't go to the water slides. We can't go to a movie. We could travel, and my husband and my stepdaughter, they go hiking and stuff sometimes. I don't hike because I have a foot injury, but
if I lived by you, I would be driving down to Napa.
Well, yeah, but a lot of the wineries are not open. We've been to a couple wineries and a couple breweries in the last month or so on the weekend, and they have outdoor seating, and you can bring your own chair and your cooler, and you could buy a bottle of wine. And we've done that a few times because we needed out. We needed to get out in different scenery, of course. And so we're going to keep doing that. And every once in a while, we'll find another couple that wants to do something like that. But no, I'm I'm all for not working on the weekends. I have to sleep. I have to have my 7-8 hours of sleep, and I have to eat. I'm eating healthy, and I'm unplugging when I need to unplug. And you got to keep that up. That's for sure.
Yeah, I unplug at night. And this goes down to your own rhythm, guys, and what you do. I unplug in the evening. Like when my wife comes home, I unplug till about 10 o'clock. She goes to bed at 10. I may come upstairs and work for another two hours. That's just my system. I've spoken at events on Saturdays, but Saturday evening, boom, I'm downstairs. I don't even take my laptop down on a Saturday afternoon. You've got to find your own system. But that's the work ethic that, we've done. All right. And I think you've got a work ethic to where it's getting you to work during the week. Whereas my work ethic, but yeah, I plugged into, I was speaking at weekend events more than I was speaking at weekday events. So yeah, it fit me better than it fit you, I think.
Yeah. Well, even my virtual event I did on a Tuesday, Wednesday, and my live event in November is now on a Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. I don't want to do all this on the weekends anymore. And you know what? I can't. And the right people will come, and you can do whatever you want in your business because it's your business.
Yeah. So, I mean, and that is great advice, Katrina. You know what I mean? You build your business, all right, and the right people are going to come work with you.
Yep.
Yeah, and you're going to attract the right people.
There's billions of people on the planet. We just need this many. We need just this many of the billions, especially when you're online. It's like, good Lord, stop worrying about who's in your local area. Go online and build a business with billions of people out there on the planet. Find just this many. You'll be fine. You'll be fine financially.
So true. So, well, Katrina, you know what I mean? It's been so cool having you on the show. And I want to make sure, like, you know what I mean? If you've got like a free offer or something people can get a hold of you, where do they find you on the web?
Yes. So jumpstartyourmarketing.com. I think it's on your ticker.
Yeah, there we go.
And there's free stuff all over my website. There's a bunch of my recent programs are all on the homepage. There's a whole bunch of different little things in case you're interested in little topic trainings. But there's a free resources page with even more free stuff. Go try me out. Go listen to some stuff. Go to YouTube. If you're on Tim's YouTube, go check out my YouTube. I have a ton of video tips as well. So, yeah.
Cool. Well, I do appreciate you coming on the show today and hanging out with me. Virtual hugs, because we can't hug in person.
I know. Virtual hugs.
I know. If we were in person, we would be hugging. We haven't seen each other in so long.
I know. It's crazy.
Yeah. But Katrina, I'd like to finish up my show with a little game called This or That. Have you heard about my game?
Well, just a little bit. But I love this or that. I always say that's your sales process. Do you want to buy this or that?
Yeah.
I do that in my sales training.
You may now become the most quoted person on my podcast.
That's awesome.
So anyway, I've got 9 questions, Katrina. They're just 2 choices. You pick one.
Okay.
Some of these may have a conversation around them, and some of them are going to be like, huh? What? Yeah. I have a couple of them that I ask everybody, and then some of them alternate. So my first one is I'd like to find out who my nerds and geeks are, and I ask, is it Star Wars or Star Trek?
Star Wars.
Okay. She was a Star Wars girl. Yeah. Next one I have to ask is always, in today's world, all right, getting information. Do you like to listen to a podcast or read a book?
Neither. Neither. I fall asleep reading books, and I cannot stand and just listen to a podcast. I'm sorry. I will be on them all day long. I want live interaction. Live interaction. Hey, Lori.
That's what I love about this platform. I get to actually bring up everybody's comments if I like them or not. Yeah, anyway. So my next one moves on to something, you know what I mean? I guess we can't go to either one of these right now, but the beach or the mountains?
Beach.
Beach? You're a couple hours from the beach, huh?
I like both. I mean, I like to cuddle up in a cozy cabin and in the woods. As long as it's not camping, I'm good. Or the beach, but I don't like salt water and I don't like to get sandy. So there's that.
No. My new favorite show that I binge watch and I record, right? Because we got these DVRs things, is Off Grid, Building Off Grid. And I keep looking at these mountain houses going, Oh,
Oh my God.
if I would have went there, I would be so in the middle of that mountain right now.
Jason would be at the, he likes both too, but he showed me like an 8,000 square foot like mountain home the other day. It was like by $8 million or something. No, it was $3.5 million. I'm like, okay.
Yeah, I probably could live with that too.
And they were like, the property taxes are like $340,000 a year. I'm like, damn, I don't even want, no, that's not going to happen.
My next one here is if you go to the movies, all right, would you rather get popcorn or candy?
Popcorn.
Popcorn.
Although I don't like the new oily stuff they're putting on. It used to be 20 years ago, maybe 10 years ago. I don't even remember. It was more butter. And now it's this oil crap. It doesn't taste great. You know, what we do is we pop it at home, put butter and salt, and I put it in a bag. And then I bring the biggest purse that I have and I stuff it in there. And I have little baggies full of popcorn. I know I cheat, but that's what we do because their popcorn sucks.
Yeah. My next one here goes into a food topic, and it's always a food. I like to see who likes what, and that is tacos or hamburger.
Tacos. I am a Mexican food addict.
Yeah. Wait a minute. You were in Craig's mastermind the time that I went to eat Mexican food with everybody, and I got sick.
Oh, I don't remember that.
No, I think that was before you. Oh, Eldana was the person that was with us. And I got sick, and the last day of the mastermind, I was in my hotel room all sick. Yeah.
Oh, that's not good.
Yeah. My next one is I kind of know this one because I know you, and that is beer or wine.
Wine. Although I like both. And right now, wine gives me hot flashes and beer does not. So I'm drinking more beer. And I had to switch from red to white because red was really giving me hot flashes.
Oh,
wine
wow.
just sort of gives me hot flashes, but dark beer, so far, nothing. So
yeah, I've been stuck at home too long for too many months. Now it's, you know what I mean? It's Jack Daniels or moonshine for me. So.
No hard alcohol anymore. I can't do it. I can't hold it. I fall asleep.
I sip on it, and I mean, I had to stop because I was home so much, but I was sipping on like my moonshine all day long. But I don't think I drink it's not the sipping all day isn't like 2 shots of whiskey. Like it's forever to drink it, sipping anyway. My next one is more of a ladies' question, and that is, would you rather wear the heels or your boots, girl?
Boots.
Boots. All right. So then I move into 2 controversial questions. And this one here is my most favorite question for people to answer, and everybody has an opinion. And that is toilet paper. Does it go over on the roll or under?
Over.
Okay. So my most quoted person on this is a girl from New Hampshire who basically said, I'm single, and if I go to the guy's house 3 times, I change the toilet paper from under to over. After that, I break up with him. This relationship is going nowhere.
That is not a red flag for me.
Yeah, and then I had Scott McCain on the show, and Scott goes, "Oh, I used to love that question. I used to ask it when I was a radio DJ. Nothing would light up the radio telephone lines more than asking that question."
Crazy how people are paying attention to that, but not paying attention to growing their business like they should.
Yeah.
Shame on you.
Well, now, I love some of the most peaceful people I have on the show. They're all calm and sweet and loving. And then you ask them that question, and it's like, over. It's hilarious.
Oh my God.
Opinionated about. So my last one is preferences. Do you like the boxers or briefs? And your husband's listening and taking notes.
He wears neither. He wears the longer ones, like the biker short underwear kind of thing. I like those. Although
that's my fun.
Boxers can be fun if you're just alone in the house.
Yeah.
Okay, we won't go beyond that.
We are. Anyway. Our kids aren't here anymore. We can do that. Yeah. Anyway, so Katrina, one more time, make sure that both the people on the audio as well as the video can hear your website so they know how to get a hold of you and connect with you.
Jumpstartyourmarketing.com /free trainings if you want some free stuff.
/free training. I'd go there and get some free stuff. So
there you go.
All right. So Katrina, I thank you for being on the show today.
Thank
All right.
you.
To you listeners, I thank you guys for coming by. Go check out Katrina at jumpstartyourmarketing.com. All right. Go and get one of her free gifts and check her out. All right. And maybe take advantage of some of the great services she offers. I think she'll even probably do a phone call with you to see how she can help you with your business. Until next time, guys, I'm Tim Gillette with the Tim Gillette Show. Please go subscribe to us on Apple Podcasts. You can get there by going to timgilletteshow.com. I'm Tim Gillette.